Внимание! Every Russian apartment building has this notice, and nobody reads it. Let's fix that. Every Russian you know has seen this paper taped to their door. This is what it says. This is a real-life text, not a textbook exercise. Real Russian bureaucratic language, the kind that's everywhere in Russia. And let's gonna read this notice together. So I'm gonna start from the first things. Граждане, любители постучать по батареям. And again, just a little bit faster. Граждане-любители постучать по батареям. По батареям. As you can see here, we have a preposition по. Po. So the thing is, in Russian language, every time when we have O vowel, this O vowel will be pronounced with the stress like O, but without the stress will be pronounced as A. And it's very important to know about it. But also here we have very important thing, because po, it's a separate preposition, and we just have only one vowel in the word, so just technically, it's gonna be different stress in this thing. But also it's very important to know about is because Russians are trying to make the preposition united with the next word. So just technically, yes, the stress should be on O, so that's why it should be pronounced as po. But in fact is a lot of Russians gonna say pa because like it will be kind of united for next word just in the speech terms. So what's the translation of this? Граждане. Граждане, it's literally citizens. Citizens. But some of the Russians also use it as a formal way to call somebody, especially when we're gonna talk to a group of people. Граждане. Граждане. Любители. Любители, it's a lovers, so like someone who loves to do something. Actually, любители, it's even come from the Russian verb любить. Любить, in Russian it will be to love. Even the phrase I love you, in Russian it will be я тебя люблю. So literally, I, you, love. Я тебя люблю. So, постучать. Постучать, it's to knock, when we like knocking on something. По батареям. Батареи, or батареям, depends on the case, it will be radiators, like, you know, the one who's heating up the apartment. Если ваш сосед шумит по каким-то причинам, то он мешает только вам. And again, если ваш сосед шумит по каким-то причинам, то он мешает только вам. What's important to mention here? As you can see, the next words of the second word after the beginning, so если, it's if, and then we have ваш. And ваш, it's also written from a capital letter. Why it's happening like this? Because in Russian language we have a formal and informal way how to talk with people, and also informal or in a formal way how we write the messages. So in Russian language, to show respect to people, to treat them like you're being formal, we usually treat like a person as you as a plural. So we have specific pronoun, which means you as a plural. It's kind of hard to show an example in English because in English, pronoun you can be means a singular or plural, depends on situation. But in Russian language, we have different pronouns for you as a singular and you as a plural. So you as a singular in Russian will be ты, and you as a plural in the nominative case, it will be вы. So here we have actually the possessive pronoun ваш, so it will be yours. But because we want to show respect to people, we're gonna write it from the capital letter. So let's gonna translate this sentence. If your neighbor is making noise for some reason, they are disturbing only you. Зато, когда вы стучите по трубам отопления вы мешаете всем жителям на 17 этажах, через чьи квартиры проходит стояк трубы отопления. And again, because it was a long sentence, зато, когда вы стучите по трубам отопления, вы мешаете всем жителям на 17 этажах, через чьи квартиры проходит стояк трубы отопления. So 17, it's the number 17 in this case, in this sentence. That's gonna translate it. However, when you bang on the heating pipes, you disturb all the residents across 17 floors whose apartments the main heating pipe passes through. The next sentence is вы нарушаете покой жильцов даже больше, чем строители с перфоратором. And again, вы нарушаете покой жильцов даже больше, чем строители с перфоратором. And that's gonna translate it. You disrupt the peace of residents even more than construction workers with a hammer drill. The next sentence is пожалуйста, общайтесь с соседями без долбежки по трубам и без вовлечения в это остальных жителей. And again, пожалуйста, общайтесь с соседями без долбежки по трубам и без вовлечения в это остальных жителей. Here we have a couple of interesting words. So the first word is пожалуйста. Пожалуйста means please, very common word, so I'm like begging you to remember that. And the next word is долбежки. Долбежка, actually, that's a slang word in Russian language. And this slang word means like when you're pounding something, pounding, knocking, like something like this. So the translation of this sentence will be, please communicate with your neighbors without pounding on the pipes and without involving the rest of the residents. As you can see, Russian note is really funny sometimes, and we have usually the national thing. Usually I'm joking with my students about it. We have a thing what I usually call the national competition in passive aggressive. Really, a lot of Russians like to be like passive aggressive, actually, in all the language. I guess like you already mentioned it. If you met a person who's a Russian before in your life, you already can mention they are kind of like sometimes passive aggressive. Like, yeah, which kind of okay, it's in our culture usually. I'm always give you like some interesting example. If you go in the market and it's like, let's imagine that's 11 a.m. You woke up at 10 a.m. But this particular market works from 6 a.m. So you go to some, I don't know, woman who is like cashier or something, and you said to her literally, good morning. So in Russian it will be доброе утро. But this woman answers you not good morning, but she answers you good afternoon. Because she thinks like she woke up at 5 a.m. She already worked for like, I don't know, a few hours, and you come here and dare to say right now it's only morning, but for her it's already afternoon. So that's just an interesting example. That's what you have to know about Russian people. Guys, I'm already prepared for worksheets specifically for you. It's already available on Patreon, link below. So see you there, and also see you in the next videos. So the last word for you as always, it will be bye in Russian language. Do you remember how to say it? Yeah, that's right. Пока-пока. See you guys. Have a good day.